Are you surprised this is happening? I'm not surprised. I've been talking about this for weeks. I've been pounding the table that Nvidia needs to see a pullback, and we're finally starting to get it. On Thursday, we hit $141 per share, and as of now, today, Monday, as of the aftermarket, Nvidia is down to $116 per share, or in other words, about 25 bucks in the red, or 17%. So we're well into correction territory now. In fact, guys, we're almost in a bear market, which, again, I'm not surprised. I've been pounding the table. I've been saying Nvidia needs a pullback, and we're finally starting to get it, guys. I mean, look, at the end of May, we were at 100 bucks per share, and we ran all the way to 140 essentially in 3 to 4 weeks. You're telling me a 40% move in just a month? That is not sustainable, right? And even with this pullback, the crazy thing is, guys, we're still up a ton from where we were just a month ago, right? From 100 bucks to 115, 16 bucks, we're still up a good chunk, about 18, 19%, 17%, whatever that is. So we're going to break down some numbers here, the charts, my thoughts, and what I'm looking to do with Nvidia. So smash the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get your free stocks for Moomoo, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000 with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below, or simply go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo, guys. Get your money. It's free money, and of course, it helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. So again, I've been pounding the table, and we're finally starting to get this pull down here, which on the 1 hour chart, we're actually taking out the lows from before the split, barely, but we are. Before the split, we were at $117 post-split price, and now we're at $116, so we're slowly starting to break trend here. We're under the moving averages as well, and we're about to get a death cross potentially, right? And today, again, we went down to 118 at close, 7% in the red, and now we're at 116.50 as of the aftermarket. And on the 4 hour time frame, guys, we're still above the 180 SMA. Obviously, the charts still look really good, and this time frame especially goes to show, or it shows you how much a pullback was needed, heavily needed. And again, I've been pounding the table pretty much since this breakout started at 105, 110, 115. These are obviously post-split prices. And I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, a pullback is coming, whether we run to 135, 140, 150 first, then get the pullback, or whether we hit 120, then pulled back. All I know is, and I was saying this again a couple weeks ago, we needed a pullback, right? So here we are. We're getting to the zone here, 110, 115, where I believe we might get some buying pressure, maybe a short-term bounce, in my humble opinion, which this is right by the 180 moving average on the 4 hour chart. You guys can see right here. So I'm actually looking to pick up some shares, maybe as a swing trade. If it gaps down again tomorrow, guys, I'm probably going to pick up some shares. Heck, even if it doesn't, I'm considering it just because of how big of a beast Nvidia is, and just because of how crazy, not crazy in a bad way, but how just investors, traders, the big money out there, they're buying every dip, right? So every single dip you have to look at as an opportunity, and honestly, you have to act fast because it might not last for long. For all we know, maybe we gap down tomorrow, then by the end of the week, we're back over 120, right? This is the type of stock that Nvidia is, so you have to act fast. And again, I'm looking at it here in this window, maybe for a continuation play, but honestly, I wouldn't mind if it came down even lower. I think for me, where I would buy it as a long-term position, heavily even, would be if it gets down to the 80, 85, 90, 95 range. That's where I would really consider it for a long-term play. But here, more as a trade, right? And you guys might not agree with me. Maybe even as a long-term, a super long-term investment at this level. But Ideally, I'd like to get it at 70 to 90 bucks, that window, as a long-term investment. Call me crazy. I like buying stocks at cheaper prices, right, for my long-term moves. But the million-dollar question is, will it get there? I have no idea. But yeah, Nvidia is finally getting the pullback, which I'm not surprised. We broke this down. We talked about how many stocks after they split, there's a bit of a euphoria after, maybe a bit of a rally, but that typically, that doesn't last forever. We saw stocks like Amazon split. I'm pretty sure it sold off after. Google split. It sold off after. So be patient. If you're patient in the stock market, guys, you will be rewarded. And the interesting thing here, folks, is let me show you this. Nvidia's CEO, he actually sold out of not a substantial amount of shares. I'm not even going to, blow it out of proportion and be like, oh, he sold out of 50% of his portfolio or his position or something crazy. It's nothing like that, but he did sell a good amount, well, not for him, but I guess in our eyes, a good amount of shares, right? Because again, he still owns a crap ton of shares. But it looks like here he had a lot of sales. You guys see these numbers if it wants to zoom in for me, right? So you guys see here, Nvidia, CEO, all these different moves, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sales, and those were between June 13th to June 21st, so very recent. And you guys can see he sold 120,000 shares each time he sold, right? So you'll notice all these sale prices were in the mid-high 120s, low 130s. You guys can see right here. So 127, oops, that just glitched out on me there. But you guys can see, where were we now? Come on. Crap, where was this, guys? Bear with me because I'm not editing this video. So we can see right here, 120,000. All of those were in the 135 to 125 range, right? And he sold millions of dollars, $90 million, I believe, of, $90 million bucks of Nvidia stock. And he still owns many, many millions of shares, obviously. This was just a small, lock-in profits for taxes, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But it's interesting how the CEO of Nvidia dumped out pretty much at the peak, and now it's down to 116, right? Which we covered this. I'm pretty sure we covered this over the weekend, where I covered the top insider sales and moves over the last couple of days. But just covering it again for those of you guys that missed it. And Nvidia, you guys probably remember, was the biggest company in the world by market cap for a day or two there, and that's no longer the case. We're back down to $2.9 trillion market cap, you guys see right there, and Apple and Microsoft are over $3 trillion. So, yeah, that has come down a good chunk, and the PE ratio right now is honestly not that crazy considering the growth Nvidia has seen and how much the stock has gone crazy, right? It's at 69. That's not that bad. And I'm pretty sure the forward PE is even lower than that, which is a good sign. Here, let me actually pull up statistics. This tab right here should show us the PE forward. Yeah, forward PE is 48 right now. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's really not that bad. So if you think this growth will last for times, for time to come, for a good time to come, right? If you think that Nvidia is going to keep on doing what it's doing, now might not be a bad time to nibble a little bit. If you think their numbers are going to continue crushing and beating expectations. The forward P of 48, not bad. That's actually pretty low, considering how much growth the company has and just the craziness that's been going on under the hood with the financials, right? So if that comes down to $100 per share, maybe even lower, man, that's going to be a very interesting spot for Nvidia. And I mean, look at the revenue growth. Nobody is denying the revenue growth this company is seeing, from $16 billion in 2022 or 2021, to now $80 billion in the trailing 12 months, which is just bonkers, right, guys? Absolutely bonkers. So, yeah, man, I'm watching Nvidia very closely, both as a trade and long-term investment, to be honest, man. And if it comes down towards 100, under 100, that's where I ideally will buy as a longer-term play. And if it kind of finds its way to 110, 115, maybe we're getting a nice confirmation of a bounce, that'd be a spot where I'd consider trading it, right? We'll see. Of course, I'll keep you guys updated, so make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to hit the like button as well, guys. And if you want some free money before you click off this video, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000 with at least a $100 deposit from Moomoo. That's linked down below, or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. And if you guys want to be a part of the Patreon, see my private portfolio, my moves, all that good stuff, plus more, that's also linked down below, or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next video.